Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Connected. Empowering individuals to transition into the future of work is the mission of Connected, and the CEO and founder, Roy Samuel, is here to tell us more about what his company offers. I think we're going to learn a lot in a very small amount of time. Roy, good morning.
Such a pleasure to be here.
Lovely to have you. Okay, fractional work. You got into it when you sold your last business. Talk to us about what it actually means and why it's exploding right now.
Yeah, so fractional work is where senior professionals monetize their time in a way that means they're not dependent on one full-time job. And it's really exploding right now because of specific shifts that have happened in society, technology, and in the demographics over the last few years. Originally with COVID destroying traditional work, suddenly everyone's spread out all over the country and it doesn't matter as much where they are geographically. Everything goes online with Zoom. Now you have this next big technological shift of AI and automation, again, changing the way people think about employment. And at the end of the day, people want flexibility and control. So fractional has been a really strong way of working for them.
Okay, so fractionalization gives you the ability to not maybe necessarily be tied to that 9 to 5. You can kind of plug in here and there and still get a lot done, but with more time back to you. Does that sound right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's it. It's a mix of the fact that tools out there mean the 9 to 5 is not what it used to be. The 9 to 5 was started by Henry Ford for the assembly line.
That's right, yes, yeah. And it changed the way we slept as well because everything was 8 hours.
Exactly,
Yeah.
so let's reclaim sleep as well as flexibility. So there you go.
I'm on board with you, Roy. Okay, let's talk about how Connected matches founders with the right fractional talent. So people who own businesses like you used to do and you do with Connected, and how they find people who have really achieved something and are ready to plug in for fractional work.
Yeah, so we're taking all of the information on that individual, the problems they've solved, the types of businesses they've been involved with, maybe specific KPIs they've really worked to. We're then using a machine learning algorithm to bring them together with the right businesses at the right time. Because now with the tools that we have available to us and the technology that we've built, you can bring people together in a really, really specific outcome-focused way that maybe you couldn't a few years ago. So we're using our technology to really power that.
All right, and really whittle it down. Okay, let's talk about, though, the flip side. What's the number one mistake that founders might make on their first fractional hire?
Yeah, so when you're hiring a full-time employee, you're hiring for so many different things. How are they going to fit with everyone on the team? Do they have that work ethic and that grit that you need when you're
So hard to tell from just the interview.
Right,
Yes.
exactly that. Especially in sales. If you're good at selling yourself, you don't know. So the big difference is when you're hiring fractionally, you're hiring for outcomes rather than effort. So you can hire a sniper in that way, someone who's going to help you bring down cost of acquisition or help you bring in 50 meetings a month, and they can be really, really focused. So you have to have a different mentality when you're looking fractional versus full-time.
But then I could also see how for someone who's doing the fractional work, it's more meaningful in some ways because you're not just showing up to the 9 to 5. You are showing up to knock out a project, to focus on a single point and to have it done.
Yeah, this is it. It's allowing people to have real impact in the work that they do instead of just showing up for 40 hours a week because that's the right thing. And my favorite stories from Connected is people who say, great, I'm now working 3 days a week and spending 2 days a week with the kids.
Oh, I think that would be lovely to hear. Yeah, okay. So if someone's a corporate professional in Austin thinking about going fractional, because we've got a lot of them here in our capital city, how would they get started?
So I think a really important thing to think about when you're going fractional is what are the 2 or 3 things that I can really package up about myself that I know I'm going to deliver on. So I can have that instant impact, really show my value, really show my worth in that way. And then you can package yourself like that on Connected and start building up the right portfolio career. And the awesome thing is, because you might still be in full-time work, we really know that people want to transition over time. It's not as brutal as overnight, all right, I quit, I've got to find all these things. So people are doing half a day a month on a weekend with a business they meet through Connected, you can transition slowly. It doesn't have to be a big, painful jump.
But so this is a really good platform for connecting. Let's say you say, I'm really good at toy launches. I'm really good at launching toy products. That is something that you can put in your connected profile, and that's how a company can find you and say, that's exactly what we need right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we have over 3,000 organizations looking for talent in that way right now.
Okay, all right. I'm learning. I'm so glad that you're so good at explaining all of these things, because fractional work, I saw this today. I was thinking, I have no idea what we're talking about. Okay, a lot of people, of course, are a little bit concerned about AI, right? It has certainly led to layoffs. I even have, friends and family in my own circle who have been laid off in the past couple of months because AI is able to do their job. So how can going fractional make you future-proof?
Yeah, so this is it. At the end of the day, corporations care about profit. Profit comes from efficiency. And the biggest driver now in efficiency is AI and automation. And that tidal wave of layoffs is just beginning. Amazon last week, Nestle the week before, Salesforce, Microsoft. You don't need to look far to see it. So my pitch to people who want to take back that control and don't want to have that uncertainty is, you can spend the next 2 or 3 years trying to convince your boss that you can keep up with AI. Or you can spend the next 2 or 3 years starting to build that portfolio career and make yourself defendable, so that when he comes or she comes to you and says, well, we've just brought in this new software, we're doing some restructuring, you say, great, because I've already got 6 or 7 portfolio positions and opportunities, fractional opportunities on my plate.
Things I've already been doing on the weekends, and now more time with the kids is on the way.
And that's it. And why we love being in the US is the entrepreneurial spirit here. People want to have the best life they can and fight for it and work hard for it. And we love it. That's why we're glad to be here.
Work hard, but also play hard.
Yes.
Roy, we appreciate your time today. Thank you for the education.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. For more information, visit connected.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Connected. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Ally Medical ER. Out-of-pocket costs after an ER visit can be really overwhelming. Ally Medical ER wants to help with its Care Relief program. Here to tell us more about it is Lindsay Bradle. What is the Care Relief program, and why did Ally Medical ER want to start it?
So the Care Relief program was designed to assist our patients with out-of-pocket costs. It helps manage those out-of-pocket costs as well. Most of our applicants have received some kind of assistance.
Yeah, and most people even consider, should I go get help from the doctor, because they know the bills could be big. So trying to give them more peace of mind is really important.
It is. It's ways that we're able to reach out beyond the walls of the ER and really help when that financial burden comes on.
Lindsay, who can apply for the Care Relief program?
So our patients that are privately insured can apply for our Care Relief program. And our application is confidential and easy and quick.
Okay. And to determine eligibility, what do you look at?
Eligibility is determined by household income and dependents within the household.
How does the application process work?
So the application process, once you come into one of our facilities, you're going to receive a flyer while you're there. But we understand that during a time of not feeling well, you may not want to do that at that time. So you'll actually get a reminder a few days later. But you can also go to our website at any time, and on our website under financial support, you can apply as well.
For those who don't qualify, what resources are available?
Even if someone isn't eligible for the Care Relief program, we can still provide financial support. Our team can connect patients with interest-free, long-term payment plans, discounts for prompt payments, and heavily discounted self-pay rates.
And where can viewers learn more about the Care Relief program if they're just interested in learning more, or maybe they've got one of those bills that they put aside and now they're thinking, okay, I need a little bit of help.
Right. So they can go to our website. All the information is there available, but they also can connect with one of our billing specialists, and they can have a one-on-one phone call and determine if the Care Relief program is right for them.
Sounds good to me. Lindsay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Ally Medical ER has 7 locations across the greater Austin area. Use online check-in at allymedical.com for added convenience. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Ally Medical ER. Wow, y'all, check this out. We're already into the first week of November, which means Thanksgiving is right around the corner if you haven't realized it yet. If you need some inspiration for hosting guests, Tiffany Craven and Lauren Simpkins of Craven & Co. can help. We're so happy to have you both. Good morning.
Good morning.
We've had you on the show before several times, Tiffany, and I'm always happy to have you back. And Lauren, we're welcoming you for the very first time. Yeah, so Tiffany, if you wouldn't mind, just do a little reminder for us of Craven & Co. You guys have started and just grown over the years.
Yes, and we've kind of just adapted to, you know, what we think clients need and to make it easy and accessible, because we do full production where our client doesn't have to lift a finger, but we also offer by the hour, which comes in handy if, you know, you need help designing your Thanksgiving tablescape or dialing in certain elements of an event. So that makes it great where they can call us and be like, I want to talk for, an hour, lay it all out, and then do it yourself kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And then we also have our line of products, Super Custom, which allows you to order things that we would, design and produce for our events to make it seamless for guests. And so it makes it where you just go on, order, or you can customize as much as you want, but it makes it where you can make it creative without the headache and having to ditch it.
And for like a party, I mean, having a little extra super custom element, it makes it super memorable.
It does, and it makes it very special. Like Thanksgiving, having place cards, which sounds formal, but it's not really. It's just kind of a special touch point for everybody, and it makes them think you thought about them.
And you were excited that they were coming.
Exactly.
It kind of gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we offer enough materials that the colors and things can go with your flowers, or it just can be a design element that goes beyond the flowers and candles.
Well, and I'm glad that you've brought up flowers and candles, because I look at this table and I see elegance, y'all. And I can see it reading as Thanksgiving, but these aren't necessarily traditional Thanksgiving colors. So Lauren, if you wouldn't mind, just talk to me a little bit about the idea behind the colors that y'all chose today.
Okay, so it was fun because we had a whole rainbow to work with, narrowing it down, and then so what we ended up doing was looking at our options, and we started with the plate. So once we decided we wanted to use that plate, then we wanted to go with some things that go with green, but that weren't green and red, obviously. But then, so we were like,
you don't want to go too Christmas too quick.
Right. And so then the cranberry color and the white were just a nice, fall, winter feeling without being so traditional. I think it's unexpected, but still really pretty and holiday.
Absolutely. And even I'm looking at this tablecloth, for example. It's like a frosty blue.
Velvet.
And velvet. And very high end.
Yes. And one thing, like, this is from a company, reverysocial.com. You order it, they're not in Austin, but they will ship it to you. They give you a duffel bag, and you put it back in the duffel bag, they pick it up.
Clever.
And so it's a great way to have new linens, new napkins just for that day.
And no laundry.
No laundry. Exactly. You're going to have enough to do with the dishes and all of that good stuff. So we've talked a little bit about place cards. I do want to ask about kind of flatware, glassware. We've got some things that are really fun up here on the table. You want to take that, Tiffany?
And that's a good way also for people to, their table manners. We got a lot of the pieces from Table Manners. So you can, it's a small order for most people's Thanksgiving, but place the order. They'll do it where you pick it up and you just bring it back dirty.
All of these places I've never heard of, but how helpful.
Exactly. And you go on there and gorgeous stuff. And so, and then it's easy to come up with a super fun table, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, and then also you scrape the dishes put them in and take them back.
Okay, so I take back what I said about you're going to have a lot of work with, the dishes because you can just turn them back in.
Exactly.
Okay, the florals for today, y'all did get from a local flower company.
Yeah.
And I just wanted, you said anybody can make their own arrangements. I'll say, I don't know that I could do as well as y'all have done, but let's talk about kind of the color combinations for each one.
Well, and we're not florists, but we can put together flowers and know the flowers to choose. So we went to Austin Flower Company. They always have an amazing selection of really unique flowers and great colors. And so our advice is you pick flowers that are easy to arrange. Peonies fill up a vase really well.
This is a peony.
So we've got them here and here. And then you kind of need like these.
Or hydrangeas, I feel
hydrangeas are definitely, yeah, and then you pick some things like this. I'm not sure what it's called, but it added more. And then our other secret is floral frogs.
Okay,
and
floral frogs. It's really heavy, actually.
Oh yeah,
y'all.
and very pokey.
It's very satisfying.
It looks medieval.
Oh yeah. And so I'll show you, like, we've got a floral frog in there, but I'll show you, like, you can also be very modern. And I mean, this is all I have, but you can literally do stems just standing up in any container, and well, if I put it in straight, it'll just stand right up. You know, so almost like a Japanese style, you know, very modern, clean, and they can stand up very tall.
And so the floral frogs go into the bottom of the flower.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really clever.
And when you're doing a bigger arrangement, it just helps you get some to stand up in the middle, so then they're not all just falling.
Without having to use so many blooms.
Yeah. And we have things like this on our Event Essentials shop on our website, and so we have where you can go buy them, but it makes it so easy.
Okay, all right. Well, and you also brought a signature Thanksgiving cocktail for me today.
Yes,
a margarita, but we're going a little bit fall with it. We're doing pomegranate.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
tell me about that.
Yeah, because Texans love the margarita. So pre-batching in advance, we highly recommend, because then, you know, guests aren't trying to figure it out themselves. You're not over there, or somebody's not over there doing it. And so we just, you know, I gave a recipe for batching, but you just...
Yeah, we actually will be able to see it on screen here for just a second. I saw it make 17 margaritas, so pre-batching it will save you some time.
Yes, exactly. And so we have this, which is just a little stir, but it also tells people what the cocktail is.
Oh, lovely.
And so we make these, and so you just, you know, you just pour, you can pour that one.
You know what? Yeah, I'll do a little to help you out.
Yeah, perfect.
So this is pomegranate juice.
Yes, pomegranate juice.
We've got Blanco.
Lalo Blanco. And then a little lime.
And this is like basically 1 ounce of lime juice is 1 lime juiced. So
yeah. And I put that in there because everybody's always like, how much lime juice do I need? And so with these, we're just, you know, you have them pre-batched, and then people can come do a rim and then get their ice, pour in. Oh, well.
There we go. Takes two to throw a party.
Exactly. And then the garnish is the pomegranate seeds, but I love rosemary as a Thanksgiving one.
Oh, I think that's lovely. And then this says the Smiths. You may not be able to see it so well, but I tell you what, if you have your own personal cocktail stick, like, people are going to be very impressed. I want to make sure that we talk about buffet signage, Lauren, as well with you, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, sure. So basically it's like place cards, but for your buffet. So we do this a lot at events, and Thanksgiving is your own event at your house. And so it's number one, when people are going through the buffet, they know what it is, they know it's gluten-free, they don't need to ask. But it's also great, even the night before, you could go set out your serving pieces, put the food placards in the container that you're going to use, so when people come over a little early and they're ready to help and they want to help put things out, then you can say, great, go ahead, and they know where to put it.
Because you can see that stuffing is supposed to go in here, that sort of thing.
Yep.
That is really smart. Okay, and then you've mentioned this one other time, just in the beginning there, Tiffany, but I do want to ask about the fact that people may be throwing, you know, a nice little party for Thanksgiving, but maybe they're thinking, okay, I could use just a little bit of help before the end here.
Yes, and so that's our by the hour consultation. Like, we can help. I mean, we can do it very quickly, very efficiently, and just help guide you, because like we were saying before when we were setting up, it's like it's second nature to us, and most people, it's not. You know?
Yeah. Lauren was like, what are we even going to talk about? This was so easy to do. Oh my goodness.
Exactly. I know when you break it down, but it's like some people have other strengths, and I'm like, what? But this is our strength, so we can help by the hour. And
guide people on what to do, or we could come do it for them the day before, set it up the day before, or order catering,
Lovely.
For delivery.
And if you don't have a vision for your tablescape, we have a vision for your tablescape.
They have the vision for you. This is not a vision I could have ever come up with, but like I'm so impressed, and it just tells me what professionals y'all are. Such creative brains.
Thanks.
I'm really impressed.
Thanks.
Thank you guys so much for your
Thank
time
you.
today.
Yes,
and
thank
happy
you.
Thanksgiving.
I know. It might as well be tomorrow.
I can't believe I'm saying it. Okay, supercustom.com, y'all, is a good place to get started with design elements. That's some of those things like that you saw the Smiths or the pomegranate margarita. Like it'll show you all this different stuff where you can go and set up your little buffet placard, all of that really cool stuff. So head over there to order supplies for your next hosting gig, or get in touch if you want to help. Want a little help, I should say, for your next Thanksgiving hosting.
Following the release of their brand new album, Maroon 5 are hitting the road this fall for the Love Like This US tour, and they're coming right here to Austin live from the Moody Center. So joining me now are lead singer Adam Levine and guitarist James Valentine. What's up, guys? How are you?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. Pumped to be speaking with you both. So I'm really excited about this album. And Adam, I know that you recently said that this album feels very authentic to kind of who Maroon 5 is and kind of returning to your roots in a sense. So tell me a little bit about the album, and then what kind of makes it stand out in today's ongoing kind of ever-changing music scene.
You know, I think that for this album, we're very focused on just doing what felt right and in the moment, and not kind of not paying too much attention to what was happening in out there in music, and doing what we wanted to do and making the sounds that we wanted to make, and having it be that simple. I mean, not having an agenda as far as what we wanted to achieve, with the record. And I kind of started getting way into like these amazing samples that we were digging up and working with those, and like kind of early 2000s kind of vibes of sample-based music, and writing to that, and having so much fun writing to these old songs, and adding my own flair, and James putting his thing on top of it, just really cool, weird ways of doing it that we just have never explored before. So it was just kind of like in that way, I think it's a really pure expression. So we're creatively just really, really happy with the way it came out.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's a really unique album. One of the things that stands out to me is some of the collabs that are featured on this piece, including names like Lisa and Lil Wayne. So can you kind of tell me how some of those maybe collabs or duos came to be?
It's funny, like Lisa was one of those things that just serendipitously, it's kind of like, she was just the person that I thought would be perfect for the record. I'm like, man, like she's got such, her whole vibe, like what she encompasses and who she is, just really fits this song and the song sentiment and the whole vibe and feel of it. And so like, we were just super happy when she said yes. It just seemed like a great fit. It was natural. Her verse killed, and she did a great job, and just like, I don't know, just all that's kind of in the vein of the album too. Like that just was all very easy and came together very easily. And she was like our first choice. It was just, okay, this is perfect. Wayne actually done a verse with, or I'd done a hook for one of his songs a few years ago, and so it was kind of just like getting each other back, and like he was super down to do it. He loved the song, and yeah, super easy. Super fun.
I love it. Well, James, can you tell me kind of what fans can look forward to with this fall tour? Because you guys are going to a lot of big cities.
Yeah, I mean, we're really looking forward to getting back out on the road, because, of course, the last couple of years we've done our Vegas residency, which was an incredible experience, but we're looking forward to actually seeing the fans and seeing the country again. And I think what fans can expect, we're out promoting a new record, but we certainly want to play all of the fan favorites, and we want a show that is all killer and no filler. So if you come out, I don't think you'll be disappointed. You're going to hear your favorite songs. And we just have a great time. And if you've never seen us live, it's a different experience than the albums. So
yeah, it's a rock show.
It's a rock show.
And
yeah.
people also, we want to just have, we've always wanted to make arenas feel intimate and personable and kind of connect with, because it can be so hard to do that in an arena setting. So like, we've been doing it for so long that that's what we've been focusing on the whole time is like making it feel like a club, making it feel like a theater, making it feel small. And I think that we've gotten good at it. And I think that it's really just one of those amazing, fun, incredible experiences for everyone involved, including us. We love it so much.
And an all-encompassing experience. I think that's really good. Now, James, I like how you said all killer, no filler, but that leads me to my next question, which is there a particular song that you all just get super like buzzed about to be able to perform, and then maybe a song that you kind of like dread performing? I just have to imagine, as guys who have been doing this as long as you have, that you maybe have particular feelings about certain songs in your catalog.
I've loved and hated certain songs because some songs are really hard to sing. That's my own perspective, but I mean, what do you think?
I mean, well, it's such a predictable answer, but my favorite song to perform has always been This Love. I just love the feeling in the room once we go into that. As far as songs to play, so we do an acoustic version of She Will Be Loved, and I love that song, and I love the connection that fans have with it. Sometimes I'm playing, the opening chords of the songs, and then Adam will speak extemporaneously for 25, 30 minutes, who knows?
Obviously. Good word.
And so I'm just sitting there holding the chords. So sometimes that becomes a physical challenge.
He gets annoyed.
I get a little bit annoyed.
Oh, I have to play the chords for a little bit longer. I'm James. I'm a baby. I like to talk, I like to shake it up. I like to see how the audience is doing. I gotta check out.
No, it's great.
I gotta take the temperature. I gotta take the pulse of the audience. You gotta give me a little bit of time. You gotta play those chords. Maybe you can stop every once in a while.
Yeah, my fingers just get a little sore.
Maybe sometimes you should just stop and be like, I'm not doing this until you stop talking.
I don't. The fans deserve better than that.
You should just work your calluses, make them a little bit more reinforced.
Sounds like you guys might need some couples therapy to work this out a little bit.
Never listening to me.
Okay, guys, well, I'm curious to know as well, as I mentioned, you've been doing this a long time and you've kind of kept up with your success in so many ways. So how do you feel like you've been able to stay true to who you guys are?
This right here.
Yeah.
This. See this? This is how we do it.
Repair. After our... Yes.
Are you comfortable with this?
No, I'm gonna hold it.
We argue, we fight, but at the end of the day, we come together.
That's right.
This is my brother. I love him so much. He's not actually my brother, but he's like my brother.
Get it. Yeah. Well, guys, my final question for you. What kind of impact do you hope this album has on your fans?
I hope a good one. I mean, I like to project and think that it will be a great impact on our fans. Everyone seems so. Yeah, I mean, we're super happy. It's one of my favorite albums that we've made, and because it's us, it's just us.
Yeah, I love that. Well, of course, fans can listen to Love Like This on all music streaming platforms, and you can catch Maroon 5 live from the Moody Center right here in Austin on November the 4th. Adam, James, thank you guys so much.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored on behalf of Meta by Tips on TV. The internet, the cloud, and AI aren't just transforming the way they live, they're also changing our communities, our jobs, our local economies. Joining us now is Dan Diorio, VP of State Policy at the Data Center Coalition, whose membership includes companies like Meta that operate data center facilities right here in the United States. He's joining us this morning to talk about the industry and how it's become the infrastructure behind America's digital future. Highbrow stuff. So Dan, good morning. And what's driving the growth of data centers right now?
Well, data centers are the infrastructure behind everything we do every day. It's essential services like healthcare and banking to things like online shopping, streaming video, and social media. And as our digital lives keep expanding, data center companies are working to build the infrastructure to support the collective demands of consumers and businesses and really serve as the backbone of the 21st century economy.
Give us a sense of the impact these data centers are having specifically on local communities.
Well, the benefits are tremendous. Data centers employ hundreds, if not thousands, of construction workers during the construction phase, but they also rely on local contractors during their operational phase. Electricians, plumbers, pipe fitters, steam fitters, HVAC technicians, all to support their facilities and keep them running at an optimized level. For every one job in a data center, 6 jobs are supported elsewhere in the broader economy. In 2023, the industry supported 4.7 million jobs in the U.S., as well as generating more than $160 billion in federal, state, and local tax revenues.
Wow, billion with a B. Okay. I think about, though, the other side, the energy side, they must use a lot of power, right?
Well, data centers do use a lot of power, but that power is reflective of the collective demand from consumers and businesses for digital infrastructure. But data centers themselves are highly efficient facilities, and they support efficiencies throughout the broader economy. Think of things like smart thermostats in your homes. That requires digital infrastructure. And companies are very much investing in renewable energy and in sustainability. Companies like Meta match their energy use with 100% renewable energy and help invest in new and advanced technologies like geothermal and nuclear. Collectively, this is an industry that is very much committed to supporting the clean energy transition in the U.S.
Some cutting edge stuff there. Okay, beyond tech, what are the other benefits these projects bring to communities?
Well, the projects generate significant state and local tax revenues. And these are revenues that local leaders use to reinvest in things like schools and infrastructure and public services. But data centers also invest in community members themselves. They invest in workforce development programs in the local community, help support programs to get individuals into the skilled trades, and to create career pathways for community members to get into a 21st century economic growth driver.
And let's talk about what makes these data centers so innovative. I want to hear what's next.
Well, this is an industry that thrives on innovation. It supports innovations throughout the broader economy through technologies like artificial intelligence. But they're also innovating in the facilities themselves, investing in new technologies to increase energy efficiency, advanced sustainable water solutions, and advanced cooling technologies. And the industry will continue to reinvest in innovation to ensure that they use resources wisely.
All right, where can folks learn more?
Well, to learn more about the data center industry and the members of the Data Center Coalition, you can visit datacentercoalition.org.
Sounds good to me, Dan. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored on behalf of Meta by Tips on TV. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Hill Country Wine Tours. Private, door-to-door, all-day wine or whiskey outings from anywhere in Central Texas. That's hard to find, but it's available at Hill Country Wine Tours. Owners and operators Dave and Ruth Love are here to tell us more about what they offer. Dave, my first question is coming to you. Tell us more about Hill Country Wine Tours.
Well, Rosie, thank you for having Ruth and I on Studio 512 today. We provide a private door-to-door, all-inclusive guest experience from your doorstep from anywhere in Central Texas, be it wine, whiskey, speakeasies, typically a 3-stop tour with a lunch and tastings at each location.
Doesn't matter who you are, and it also doesn't seem to matter the size, Ruth, does it? Yes. You could be a party of 2 and have some fun.
Yes, a party of 2 people up to 150. There is really no size for. We accommodate whoever is celebrating any occasion. 2 people, anniversaries, wedding transportations, corporation groups, it doesn't matter the size.
Oh, wonderful. So there's a lot of customization that can be done. Can you touch on that a little bit for me?
Absolutely. We customize your group, your trip for you according to what you're looking for. If you prefer any educational wine, any food and wine pairing wine, any whiskey distillery, not necessarily have to be wine all day. We can mix your preferences so you are, break it down a little bit of the wine and then get some cool beer or just like a refreshing cocktail. Each of the casitas have a full kitchen, as you can see. We have 2 bedrooms with a king size beds in every single one. Bathroom, restroom, and a patio with a lovely seating so you can see all the non-interrupted view. It's very relaxing. at the hacienda.
Okay, and then just real quickly, I want to make sure that people understand that there's a deal involved here, Dave. So if they do a wine weekender or vineyard vacation, they can stay for 2 nights and get a night free. And so often in this area, there are 2-night minimums anyway.
Yes.
So to get a night free is a really big deal.
Yeah, typically what we're offering is if you stay with us 2 nights, which are our minimums, and you tour with us, we want to give you that 3rd night free. So whether you're coming in from Austin or further in the state of Texas or even outside the state of Texas, we want to make sure you're comfortable. This is hill country. We're supposed to be relaxing. So we don't want anybody to rush out here to have to rush home when it's all said and done.
Well, we really appreciate y'all's time today. Thank you.
Thank you,
pleasure.
Rosie.
Thank
We
you very
appreciate it.
much.
Thank you very much.
To get started with your customized day trip or wine weekender, call 512-815-1900. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Hill Country Wine Tours. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by the companies you see on your screen.